On to a couple of issues, if I can.
Sure, please.
One of the issues, we had some conservative religious leaders. They met in Salt Lake City, and Dr. James Dobson from Focus on the Family wrote an op-ed in the New York Times. Let me read you the paragraph. He said, after 2 hours of deliberation, there were about 40 to 50 pro-family leaders. We voted on a resolution that can be summarized as follows. If neither of the two major political parties nominates an individual who pledges himself or herself to the sanctity of human life, we will join others in voting for a minor party candidate. Those agreeing with the proposition were invited to stand. The result was almost unanimous.
Well, I mean, everybody has a right to their position, and people who are religious right, social conservatives, anyone else have a very important part in this process, and they have a right to their opinion. I would urge on them, however, to take a look at the whole candidate, take a look at the whole package. Single issue voting is, well, people can do it. I mean, if this is so important to them and it's just one issue and they feel that's it, that's the one way to look at it. If I'm elected as opposed to Hillary Clinton or any one of the Democrats, you're going to have an absolutely different court system. I mean, I will appoint strict constructionist judges. If the Democrat gets elected, it'll go far left. If I get elected, it'll be a strict construction.
I want to follow up on this. But the court, I believe, is where the issue of abortion is ultimately going to be decided. What you're saying here is that you'd appoint an originalist justice like Scalia, Thomas, Roberts,
Correct.
or Alito.
And not
with a litmus test.
Without a litmus test.
But
the litmus test would be they have to be a strict constructionist.
But wouldn't a strict constructionist view Roe v. Wade as bad law?
That's up to the strict constructionist, and it's up to the way in which they interpret the Constitution.
You're going to be speaking. Dr. Dobson's going to be there. The head of the Family Research Council is going to be there. You're speaking at this big event on Saturday.
Right.
It's probably going to make a lot of press. What will you say to them? Because it's the abortion issue and definition of marriage.
I will talk to them about that, and I'll tell them my position on that to try to show them that although there are differences on the abortion issue, not really on marriage, we agree 100%. A marriage should be between a man and a woman. Anything else should just be contractual. I stood up for that years ago when it was first questioned. I've always been consistent on that, and I will continue to be. What I'll do on abortion is try to tell them we want to get to the same place. I mean, I'd like to see abortions ended, except I believe you have to retain this individual liberty. That in the kind of society we have, you have to protect that, but I want to see abortions reduced. I'd like to see them reduced significantly. I'd prefer a society in which women made the decision not to have an abortion. I would increase adoptions, as I've done. I've actually gotten results in which adoptions went way up and abortions went down.
How far did they go down when you were mayor?
Abortions went down about 16 to 18%, and adoptions went up 135% over the 8 years before I was the mayor, which was a dramatic turnaround. I think I'm the only candidate who's had really dramatic results in that area. I reduced pornography in New York City, got a landmark decision through the courts, enforced it, cut it down dramatically. So just go to Times Square.
I remember.
There are family issues are pretty broad. I mean, there's not just one, there are many.